Hi, Harry. My name is Ash Singh. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Very well. So my name's Harry Cohen. I head up the data offering at Connexy. So if you're a brand who's looking to acquire new customers, reach out to your current ones, or perhaps re-engage with former customers, Connexy, the sports sponsorship marketplace, provides a simple data-backed solution for this. We service brands interested in sports sponsorship, helping them to choose the right sports teams or event to sponsor, all facilitated on a simple to use platform. We do this differently to the traditional media and sports agency by placing consumer data at the heart of the decision making and ensuring that all this data-based research can be packaged together to provide realistic market relevant guidance to our clients. So that when a brand comes to our platform trying to decide between sponsorship of soccer or baseball or Manchester United or Manchester City, we can analyze their business goals, understand their customer, and figure out who this customer engages with to produce recommendations that save them time and, most importantly, give them good value for money. Thank you very much.
Yes, excellent. Thank you, Harry. Nice. Thank you for sharing. Now, Harry, what do you need from me? What do you need from me? I'm an investor. How can I help you?
You can help us. We are currently halfway through our second round of raising. Okay. We're about 65% complete on that of a £400,000 raise. And we are open to any conversations to have looking forward. All
right. Let's give some feedback to that. Thank you, Harry, for going first. We're going to give you some feedback on that. Okay.
Shall I start with some feedback point?
Please, go ahead.
So just to quickly, while you gather your thoughts, Ash, Harry, it was a good pitch. Okay, I got the idea. Okay, I think the pitch could have been a little bit more tighter. Okay, and maybe Ash could, Ash is the Jedi master of pitches, so he's going to show you, maybe he'll hopefully add some value there. One thing that I found missing was, so what you're targeting for big brands, helping them target better and identify the right sponsorship opportunities, right? One thing that missed out is that, what makes you the right people to do that? Okay, adding some credibility pieces to it. And this could come in different ways, okay? And it's hard for, to articulate that sometimes, but it could either come from your existing traction about, just talking about your current work and how many customers or how many brands that you have helped. It could come from your personal experience in either technology, okay, your expertise in technology or in the branding space, or it could come from some of the IP pieces that you might have developed, right? So, again, talent, traction, or technology, either of these things would give you the credibility. And I think touching upon that is important. So that one I think was missing, and if you can focus on that and try to add that on the pitch, that would make it much more powerful.
And Harry, I mean, again, I enjoyed your pitch. What I'm trying to do is just kind of understand the parallel, right? So for me, when I think about sponsorship, and I have a little bit of experience in that as a sports team owner, I recognize that sponsorship for the longest time has all been about brand exposure, right? Give us a ton of money and we'll give you brand exposure. You think about the Olympics, right? How many cars does Kia sell for sponsoring the Olympics? Okay, and so what's happened is that, if I understand correctly, you're in this phase where everyone, the whole world has evolved in terms of advertising. Advertising is now about conversions. It's about engagement, okay? But the sports industry has not evolved to that point because it's kind of run by kind of these old men that have kind of locked that in. And your platform, Connexy, is going to be that smart platform that's going to allow people to really discover higher engagements, more brand value, better conversions, and also allow people to have more opportunities to sponsor stuff. So it's not just about the $500,000 deal, but you're also able to find smaller deal sizes that benefits both the supply side and the demand side of the ecosystem. Harry, is that correct?
Yeah, completely correct.
Okay, now tell me a little bit about the sports industry. Like, what I wanted to understand is, because you're disrupting it, right? You're basically saying, forget these sports agents, the old uncles, right? You know what I'm talking about, Harry? you know, these people that have been part of football for a long time. Harry, you're young, right? So you know what I'm talking about, right? These guys that have just, they have a lock on stuff, and they become gatekeepers, right, for sponsorship, and they're only looking for the big deals. And you're disrupting that. But tell me how big this disruption is, Harry. It didn't come out in your pitch.
Oh, I apologize. I missed the last few seconds of that.
No problem. My question to you is, how big of a disruption are you making? Like, so for instance, you have the sports sponsorship industry, okay, right? And as you know, your total addressable serviceable market, you know, we speak a little bit about that during our sessions, but how big of a disruption are you going to do? Like, if you're ultimately successful, okay, what does that mean in terms of just financial success for the industry? You know, how big is this for you?
Sure. Well, I mean, the sports sponsorship and media market is roughly $60 billion a year. It's colossal. We are not at this stage thinking that we can take the market share of that at the moment, but even a very small piece of that pie for us would be a huge win for us. But the main aspect of what we'd like to do is change the process by which sports sponsorship happens, so that brands look to a platform like Connexy as the industry standard for how things should work, what the process should be, and the transparency behind it. They can see quantifiable data to show them that when they're spending X million pounds on X sponsorship, that actually the return on their investment is there, plain to see in front of their eyes, that they can take to their FD, CFO and say, this is the reason we've done this, and this is why it works for us, and these are the results.
Understood. Okay. Have you heard of DoubleClick, by the way? Yeah?
No, I don't think I have it.
Now, DoubleClick is an old internet company that was acquired for probably well over $1 billion. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a parallel in, but because you don't know it, I won't bring it up. Okay. I just wanted to know if you knew this. Now, what I'm going to do is, Harry, now it's your time to become investor. Are you ready? Okay.
Good. So
we're going to go up to the top. Once we hit the top, introduce yourself, Harry, because I am going to pitch Connexy to you. You're looking for, you know, a couple of 100,000 pounds, right? Because you have 65% of your fundraising already done, to help you launch and take your business to the next level. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm hitting the top, my friend. Are you ready to introduce yourself?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
So, am I introducing myself as an investor?
Yes, you are.
Hi, I'm Harry, and please tell me a little bit about your business today.
Hi, Harry. My name is Ash Singh. I'm part of the Connexy team. I don't know if you're aware about this. I know that you're an investor in sports entertainment, but the sports entertainment industry, the sponsorship industry, is a $60 billion industry. And it hasn't evolved over time. It's actually run by pretty old people that are locking sponsorship deals, but the world has changed. No longer are we looking at just brand exposure for the Olympics for Kia, but there are thousands of companies looking to sponsor and get connected with sports brand. And Connexy is going to do that. It's a smart platform that evaluates the consumers, the engagement, and the conversion for sports brands and connects them together in our ecosystem. We think that we can disrupt this ecosystem and take it to the next level. And we are raising our next round of funding, which is 65% covered already. And we want to take it to the next level to build our platform. I would love to have a coffee with you to talk to you more about how we're going to disrupt the ecosystem, right? And build the next generation sports engagement platform.
Thank you very much.
No problem. No problem. So I tried to bake all these things in, right? A couple of things, Harry. I brought in the ask, right? Okay, and I could have worded it a little bit better, but I brought in the fact that I'm already on way. I've already raised a little bit of money, right? And you know, the 65% of the 400, I couldn't do the math well enough. Nilay's better at math than me, but you need like what, 150,000 quid remaining?
Pretty much,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have that. I tried to bring in the disruption component, the industry, the disruption, the fact that you are customer centric. And what I wanted to bring in was this idea of like this bidding platform. The future of this is how DoubleClick works, where you can go in and you can bid, and suddenly you have like, you know, 10 times more opportunities for the different types of investors. Okay. And so I started to kind of go in that direction, right? So hopefully that gives you a kind of a different feel for your pitch. Okay. But that's what I want to do. You are a technology company, Harry. Okay. You know what I mean? And the data and the insights and being able to plug it in. And if they know that all these components are there, I think that you know, it would rock and roll. Okay. So that's my feedback to you. Now you don't have to give me feedback because it's not my company. Okay. So but hopefully you got a sense of how we would tweak it. Okay. And we'll make sure we send a recording to you.
Great. Well, thank you very much for that. That was really useful.
My pleasure. My pleasure.